Hi and welcome to my functions test study guide. I have all the standards here to kind of guide you through, and anything that has to do with 8.f.1 or .2 or .3 are the priority standards, and I have the statement of those standards. So I'm just going to go through the questions, but keep an eye out for these three standards because they are the most important ones for this exam. The first one, let's see, the cost y in dollars to park in a garage is found by the equation. Here it is, where x is the number of hours parked. So if you park 0 hours, you would pay $2.50. That's known as the initial value. And the initial value is also known as the y-intercept. So, and well, anyway, and then that 0.75, that's the slope or the rate of change. So let's see, the graph of this passes through 0, 0. Well, I don't think it does, because if I put what, 2.50 plus 0.75 times 0, well, this part times 0 is 0 plus 250, it would be 0 comma 250. So this is definitely false. The next one, the graph of this is a straight line. Yes, it's a straight line because it's in the form of y equals mx. So m is 0.75 times x plus b. And so it's of the form y equals mx plus b. And x has to be to the first power right there, which it is. There's a silent, it's like there's a silent one right there. So that's a straight line. That is true. The y-intercept represents the flat fee for parking, which is $2.50. Yes, the y-intercept would be where x is 0, and that's $2.50. So that's true. And the slope represents the total cost for 1 hour of parking. If you had 1 hour of parking, it would be y equals $2.50 plus 0.75 times 1. And so that would be $2.50 plus 75 cents, which would be what, $3.25? And that is not the same as 75 cents. So this is false. False. Number 2, Ethan is typing a 500-word essay for school. He can type 25 words per minute in 1 minute. The equation for the number of words he has left to type is this, where x is the number of minutes he has been typing. Write a number or word to complete the statements. Okay, the blank is blank. It shows the total number of words in the essay to be typed. So that would be the y-intercept. Y is 500. I'm looking right there. It's the total number of words in the essay to be typed. Yeah, it's a 500-word essay. Next, the blank is blank. It shows that the number of words left to be typed decreases by, well, I know it decreases by 25 words per minute because that's the rate of change. That's right up here. And so that's the slope. The slope is negative 25. It shows that the words left to be typed decreases by 25 words per minute. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Okay, so we have this one. The table shows how Miss Mwanda's earnings as a realtor change depending on her house sales. So that's this and this, this and this, this and this. Okay. Graph the points on the coordinate plane and connect them with a straight line. So 200 at 20,000. So I'm going to bring this up a little bit more here. 220,000. So there's a red dot's going to go there. And $400 and 30,000. So 30,000 right there. And 640,000 right there. Connect them with a straight line. So I have a ruler here, and I'm going to do that. Okay. Connect them with a straight line. Boom. And what do we got here? So graph the, okay, did it. And write an equation in slope-intercept form to represent the relationship. Well, the change in y is 10,000, and the change in x is 200. So it's y equals mx plus b. So that'd be y equals the slope, which is 10,000 over 200, x plus, oh, what's the y-intercept? It looks like it hits right over here at 10,000. So I'd have to write 10 plus 10,000 plus 10,000. And we really need to just kind of cross out those and be 100 divided by 2. So it'd be 50 times x plus 10,000. And that would be the answer right there. Angelo and Lucia are riding their bikes. Angelo travels at a speed of 12 miles per hour. Lucia's speed is represented by the function that, where d is the distance after each hours. How much farther does Angelo bike than Lucia in 1/5 of an hour? Or I'm sorry, 1/4 of an hour, right? Because that's 0.25 is 1/4. Explain how you know. So I would say Angelo uh, bikes, what, 12 times 1/4, which is 3 miles per hour. And Lucia bikes, what is it, 10 times 1/4, because, that's that 10, that's the rate right there. So what, that would be 2.5 miles per hour. And 3 minus 2.5 is 0.5. So Angelo bikes 0.5 miles farther, because, oops, C-A-U-S-E, because 1/4 of 12 is 3, and 1/4 of 10 is 2.5, and their difference is 0.5 miles. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Okay, on the next one, the graph shows the amount of dollars left on a company's copy card after the card has been used to make different number of copies. And this makes sense because it starts with a bunch of money, and then as you use it, as you make copies, the value of it decreases. Okay, write a number or word to complete the statements. Here are my responses. The slope is negative 0.10, because as I go, well, let me zoom in here for a little bit. As I go down, I would go down 1, and I would go over, this is 10. So I go down 1, I go over 10. So the slope is 1 over 10, which is 0.1. And we're going downward, so we know it's negative 0.1. And then further, we know that the y-intercept, that's where it hits the y-axis, is 10 right there. And the y-intercept is that initial amount. Okay, y-intercept is always the initial amount. And the slope is the amount that the card decreases. Yeah, shows that the amount on the card, yeah. So the slope shows that it's decreasing. Okay, and oh uh, by 10 cents, right? So 0.10. It decreases by 10 cents each time a copy is made. Okay, there you go. On this one, a biologist tracked the growth of a strain of bacteria as shown in the graph. Explain why the relationship represented in the graph uh, is a function. Well, each input has exactly one output. And I guess also it passes the vertical line test. Okay, suppose there was the same number of bacteria for 2 consecutive hours. Would the graph still represent a function? So the same bacteria for for 2 consecutive hours. So what they're saying is, let's say there is on hour 4 we have this 500, and then the next hour, consecutive means the next hour, the 5th hour, there would also be that. Oh, no. No, that wouldn't be, because if we had, because that means that for this one right here, we have 2 outputs for the same input. And that doesn't, I mean, even if I put on the next hour, we put the same right there, or the next one we put the same right there, or the next one we put it, we would have 2 outputs for the same input. So I would say no, no. Goodness gracious, that's it. Because you would have 2 outputs for the same input. A mapping diagram, let's see. A mapping diagram represents a relationship that contains 3 different input values and 4 different output values. Is the relationship a function? So I say no. Each input value needs exactly 1 output value. And I have an example of, well, we have input, I for input, 1, 2, 3, and O for output. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 outputs and 3 inputs. There's no way to map what? You can go like this, but then that has to go to 2 of them, and that's just not going to work. So that's why I say, nope, not going to work. A student claims that the equation y equals 7 is not linear because it does not have the form y equals mx plus b. Do you agree? I disagree. I disagree. Y equals 7 is the same as y equals 0x plus 7, where 0 is the slope. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I don't have to say much more about that. Okay. In this one, let x represent the number of hours you read a book and y the total number of pages you have read. You have already read 70 pages and you can read 30 pages an hour. Write an equation relating x is hours and y the pages you read, then predict the number of pages you will have read after another 3 hours. So I would say it's y equals 70 plus 30 times x for, yeah, that would be our equation. And okay, and then after 3 hours, it would be what? 70 plus 30 times 3, which is 70 plus 90, which is 160 pages. There you go. Doctors have two methods of calculating maximum heart rate. With the first method, maximum heart rate, which is y in beats per minute, is y equals 220 minus x, where x is a person's age. Maximum heart rate, the second method, is shown in the table. Which method gives a greater maximum heart rate for a 70-year-old? What's the difference in rate? So this goes up. This is going to be pretty easy. This goes up 10, so this would be 70. And then how far does this go up? Oh, no, it goes down, huh? It goes down. It goes down, what, 7? It goes down 7. Okay. So this is, oh my God, so bad. That's what it is. It's so bad. Okay. So it's down 7 over 10. So it's, so if I go down 7 more, that would be what, 159 for a 70-year-old? And then in this one, be 220 minus 70, which is 150. So method 2 is, because method 2, you have 159 beats versus 150 beats. What's the difference in rates between the two methods? What, 150 minus 159 is it's just 9 beats per minute. Are heart rate and age proportional and non-proportional for each method? Well, it's probably going to be the same. It's definitely non-proportional with method 1. And if I subtract, if I subtract 20? That brings me to 0. So I would have to add 14. I'd have to add 14 to go back. So it's non for both methods. And I know this because here, this is y equals mx plus b, right? This is the y-intercept right there. It needs to go through the origin for it to be proportional. And here, if I subtract 20, that brings me 0, but y will not be 0. It has to be 0, 0 here. So that's why it's not proportional for both. A bucket is filled with that many milliliters of water, 3,000 milliliters of water. A hole in the bucket causes water to leak from the bucket as shown by the graph. Okay. What is the slope? It would be, I think what they're saying is 3,000, change in y's, minus 2,100. That's 900. And the change in x is 0 to 60. So that's negative 60. So that's equal to, knock out the zeros, that's 90 divided by 6, which is 1. 15. So that would be 15 right there. Write an equation, so it would be y equals negative 15. Negative 15x plus 3,000. Okay, good. Number 11. Carter buys a bus card. The table shows the amount of dollars left in the card after it had been used several times. The receipt is graphed in the coordinate plane. On a coordinate plane. Uh-oh. I think I need the coordinate plane. Well, maybe I don't. Okay. The slope is what? The slope is what? This goes down 5 and it goes up 2. Yeah. So the slope is negative 5 over 2, which is negative 2.5. Okay, good. Negative 2.5. And the y-intercept is 20. That's easy because it's where x is 0. The y-intercept shows the initial amount on the card. Yeah. The blank shows the amount the card decreases the slope. And it decreases by $5. So it's just 5. Wait, no. It decreases by negative by 2.5. Oh yeah, there it is. $2. 2.50. $2.50. Okay, find the mistake. Let's see. If I distribute what? That's negative 1/2 times, that's half of 36, which is 18. Half of 14 is 7. Okay, minus 10. Combining like terms, the constants, negative 7 minus 10 should have been negative 17. So it should have been 18x minus 17 equals 15. And then we would add 17. 18x equals 32. X equals 32 over 18, which I guess is what, 16 over 9. Yeah, just keep it like that. So solve it correctly. The mistake is, I'll put the mistake in green. This is the mistake right there. I should. This is the mistake right there. Yeah, that should have been minus 17, which is right there. Okay, and then we find the mistake on this one. Let's see. If I distribute a fourth, okay, yeah, and then a fourth. Whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, oh yeah. Here, right here. Positive times positive is positive. This should have been a positive right there. So let's do it correctly. So it's 15 is equal to negative 3x plus 2 minus 4. And then we put these together. So that's minus 2, negative 3x, 15. Add 2 to both sides. You have, 17 is equal to negative 3x. Divide by negative 3. And 17 over negative 3 is equal to x. And that's the correct answer. State the numbers of solutions. If I distribute, this is negative 3x minus 6 equals negative 3x minus 5. This has no solution. Constants are the same, but the coefficients are different. There's no solution there. There's what? This is 9x plus 2, and then this is 9x plus 2 because I put those two together, and there's infinitely many solutions. And then on this one we have 5x minus x is 4x, and then minus 6, because that negative, this negative right here, that distributes to the x and the 6. So it'd be 5x minus x, which is 4x, and then minus 6. And then we have equals 4x minus 6. So that's infinitely many solutions. And then we have 9, what? This is negative 2x, and then we have 9, and then minus negative 7. So it's 9 plus 7, which is 9, 16? So plus 16 equals negative 3x plus 1. Both these coefficients are different, and the constants are different, so that is one solution. And then this one, x minus 4x is negative 3x, so that negative gets distributed to both. So this is x minus 4x, which is negative 3x, and then minus negative, so that'd be plus 1. Plus 1 equals 3x minus 1. That's no solution. Wait, no. No, it is one solution. Oh, yeah. Hey. 1. Because the coefficients are different and the constants are different. When the constants are different and the coefficients are different, then you have one solution. When they're the same thing on both sides, that's infinitely many solutions. And when only the coefficients are the same, that is... Oh, I'm sorry. Here. When only the coefficients are the same, negative 3 and negative 3, that's no solution. So there you go.